Hey mamas, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about how to stay fit over 40. I'm 40 plus, so I got a little few tricks up my sleeve, but I hope this helps you because, you know, I know what it's like to see things changing and not what they once were, you know, like all over. So this is sort of like how to stay fit 40 plus, but also just, you know, kind of beauty tips to kind of keep you feeling good about getting older. We've got to feel good about something these days, right? But it's okay to get older. It's not a bad thing, and we will survive and get through it, and we will thrive and get through it. So even more better than survive, right? So stay tuned for that. So yeah, basically, if you want to look good over 40, I'm 45, you have to really live a boring life. I mean, this is just me being completely honest with you, no holds bar, real as it comes, direct to the point. You have to live a little bit like a nun. So you can't be doing the same things you were doing when you were 21, 24, and 27. You kind of have to flow into old age. So I would say somewhere around 28, you know, 29, 30, you got to start thinking about the long game and not the short game. So to maintain, and even to maintain, like, I can honestly say that I haven't had a lot of work done on myself. I think I did another video back already last year in 2020 about aging and plastic surgery and what I did and haven't done. And basically I've had nothing done. I've had like a tiny Botox in my forehead. I could barely afford to get the Botox done. So I had like a little injection in my forehead, but that's basically fucking it. I have not had any work done on my face, no surgeons, nothing done on my body. So no boobs, no nothing. I would like to get some things done, but again, it's not in the budget for me at the moment. But that's just maintenance. Like, I'm not doing anything to change my appearance, and I'd like everything I get done to be natural. But basically, youthfulness doesn't have anything to do with, those things are extra. Those are things that just to enhance having taken care of yourself for years and years and years. So it's actually like, you want to wait and hold off on those things as long as you can, because they're kind of meant to make, like, it's like a cherry on the cake, you know what I mean? Or the, whatever, ice cream. I don't even eat ice cream, you can tell, because I forgot how you say that. But it's like those, that's what you do after I feel like it's something you should treat yourself to. One, if you have the money, and two, if you've taken care of yourself for years and years and years, and you raise kids and you've done all these things, or you are raising kids, but you're kind of like through the baby stage part and you're ready to fix some things. And I think that's when it's really valuable to kind of do stuff for maintenance and maintain for the long run. But in that, you have to be taking care of yourself all the time. Like, that's not a, what do you want to call, it's not meant to be like a Band-Aid. Like, you haven't taken care of yourself all your life, and you've kind of eaten crap all your life and smoked and drank and partied too much, and then bam, you're gonna get plastic surgery to fix it all overnight. You know, that's, even if you have the money, excuse me, that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be used as a way to enhance your already natural beauty, and then not get so much done that it looks plasticky and fake. So I think that waiting and working on yourself in the meantime, working on your inside and your outside, is way more valuable. And then if you have the money and you want to get those enhancements, then yes, get them. And they will only make you feel better and look better, because you know you earned it. You worked out all those years. You maybe worked out when you were pregnant, post-pregnancy, prenatal workouts, postnatal workouts. You got back in the gym right away once your kids were at a certain age, started getting back on your routine. That's all the stuff I did. You kind of earned your natural beauty and worked for it over the years. And then you treated yourself to kind of like enhancements and stuff. I think that's how it should be done. Now, I'm not everybody, and everybody has their own path to live and everything like that. People get things done for a lot of other reasons. But I just think that that's kind of, I feel you kind of have to earn those badges in a way of being able to enhance certain things. But that's not what I wanted to get at. The whole thing that I wanted to talk about is how to maintain your natural beauty like most of your life. So the things that you cannot do is what you did in your mid-20s, your early 20s, your teens. You can't be out all night. You can't, it's like once you're in your 30s, that's really the turning point. Like that's when I really started to check myself, and I was like, dude, I can't fucking be out till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning partying and expect to look good in my 40s and 50s and 60s and even 70s and 80s and hopefully 90s if I'm out, you know, partying all night long. Like I can't expect the universe or God or my own natural genetics to keep me going that long. Like, you know, there are some freaks of nature. In fact, I just watched this video the other day of this mother and daughter, and I think I saw that one on Kelly Clarkson's show. And then I saw some other thing on YouTube about these women that just look incredibly young for their age. Like one was like in her 40s and you couldn't decipher the mother from the daughter. In fact, the mother looked younger than the daughter. Now that's taking care of yourself, like your whole freaking life, you know? I know I kind of don't look my age, but I don't look super crazy young either. These women, I'm talking like insanely young, you would not know the difference between them and their 18-year-old, 16-year-old daughter. That's how young they look. So I'm not saying you have to strive for something that's like that. That's kind of crazy genetics and a lot of luck. And maybe they really did take care of themselves, but you know, I took care of myself my whole life and I don't look that young, you know? So those are one of those are like certain very specific cases. But just know that most people aren't designed like that. Most people aren't even designed like me. They have to really up it up. You know, I upped it up. When I got in my 30s, like I said, I started thinking, okay, if I want some longevity in the beauty game and I want to look good when I'm aging in my 40s and start my aging process, I better stop doing what I'm doing. I can't do the same thing I was doing in my 20s. I can't do the same thing I was doing even in my early 30s. So once I got to my mid 30s, I was like, dude, I've got to really be accountable. I've got to get my sleep. I can't stay up all night. Even if I want to watch movies that I love, I can't stay up all night watching movies. Like there's a lot of movies that I would love to watch even tonight, you know, but I'd rather be here doing this vlog for you. But there's a lot of things that I would want to do, but I know that, you know, it's a certain time. It's time for me to like, once I get done with certain things that I have to do, then I need to just wrap it up and get my beauty sleep, you know? So you have to know when to shut it off. You know, sometimes you're not even tired, but just for the sake of your body regenerating so you don't build up all that cortisol, which is why so many women have a lot of fat when they reach a certain age. They can't burn that fat on their stomach, and it gets harder and harder to get it lower, you know, and just to have a somewhat flat look, because especially after you had a couple kids, because you're not getting enough sleep. So even if you're working out, you need to get that rest time for your body to regenerate. And the older you get, the more it's like that. And also our metabolism slows down. So anytime we slow down or we eat just a little bit more, the next day it shows in our faces with bloating. It shows in our overall appearance. We hold on to things longer. I mean, if you thought you held on to stuff when you were young, just wait until you're middle age. You really hold on to stuff. So if you do the math and you break it all down, and you don't want to have a ton of stuff, work done and all that, and you just want to age gracefully. And even if you don't want to age gracefully, even if you have the work done, you can't use it as a band-aid. You've still got to take care of yourself in all ways, hygienically, physically, mentally. You have to work out. You have to do the same thing you did when you were younger, but maybe take it less for granted and up it up. So whatever your beauty regimen is, whatever you do now, you might need to like go more, like even harder, you know, when you get older. And then just make sure you get that sleep. And I would also recommend that you get a power nap at least once a week. I mean, maybe now with everybody home, it's harder in a way, because if you're still raising kids like I am, there's times where there isn't a break to go sleep. You know, it's just impossible. If you're working from home and you're doing all this stuff from home, then you're not gonna necessarily have time to just go lie down and take a nap, you know? And I get that. But You have to find that time for yourself. And I say that on so many of my videos, especially to moms and especially to middle-aged women like myself. You have to find that time for yourself. You have to find that self-care time, because that all, if you don't get any of those things, if you don't get the sleep, if you don't get the self-care, if you don't get the power naps, you start packing on the pounds, like, because you're not doing self-care. You're not thinking about yourself. You're being too selfless. You need to be a little bit more selfish as you age. And I know that's tricky, especially, it all depends on where you're at with the child rearing. It depends on your relationship. It depends on your career, your job. It depends on your stress levels. It depends on your economics. I get all that. I go through things myself. So, but it's all just managing it and saying, look, I'm not going to do this. I'm taking a time out. I'm taking a time out. I need to take care of myself. This is going to keep my stress down, and it's going to keep me youthful. Because stress, I swear, I think that's like 95% or maybe 85% of us aging quicker. It's just letting things get to us, letting ourselves get stressed out, outside influences stressing us out, society, everything. And women, we tend to take it all on. We take all the stress. We feel all the feelings. Like, just pump the brakes, go sit somewhere in the dark. I'm not kidding. Or with a candle on, shut everything out, and that will keep you younger. I swear. Just that. Go days without makeup. Like, don't wear any makeup. Just let your skin breathe. Don't do anything to your hair. Let your hair be messy. Like, put up in a messy bun, whatever, and just leave it. Don't use any heat. Don't use any dryers. None of that crap. Just go totally el natural with your hair. Like, that's what I do. Sometimes I'll go days like no makeup, no hair, no nothing, just completely natural. That's another way to stay youthful. And remember to get that exercise in, even if it's only 10 minutes. 10 minutes is more than no minutes. You don't want to be going like a whole month and go, oh my God, I only worked out once this entire month, you know, and then wonder why you picked up 5, 10, 15, especially with us being back in this whole situation and in and out and all this stuff going on. Try to get it in. Just try. I know in some areas the gyms are still closed. In my area, the gym is still closed. It's been horrible for me. I love working out. I love lifting weights. That's where I find my peace. That's where I find my strength all at the same time. So I get the frustration if you love a gym. My goal in the future is to have a home gym so I can just have that and work out at home. Oh my gosh, that'll be so great. It's my dream to have a built-in gym at home. But one of my dreams, but it's a necessity. You have to take care of yourself, especially when you're middle-aged. You just have to. I mean, and sleep. I can't stress that enough. Power naps. I will literally shut everything down and I will say, forget it. I'm shutting everything down. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking a power nap. I don't care if the sky is falling. I'm taking a power nap because, you know, it needs to be taken care of. So you got to do the same thing for yourselves, mamas. You got to take care of yourself. You got to get those exercises. You got to get that workout in. And I know a lot of people say water. Water is extremely important, but I think all this other stuff takes precedent over water. Like, you can still feel, if you had a healthy pop, like a Bart's or something, and it just doesn't have, you know, it's not as bad as like having a Coca-Cola or something. I mean, if you just have a pop once in a while, it's not going to like make you old like overnight, you know. But yeah, overall, you should probably be juicing and drinking waters. In fact, I'm going to start a juicing thing and do some vlogs on what I'm doing juicing wise. I might even do a vlog tomorrow about what juice I got. Because I'm going to start my juicing cleanse sort of tomorrow or like going into the new year week. But yeah, you just got to take care of yourself. I mean, that's really all there is to it. It's self-care, it's self-management, it's self-development. It's watching videos like this to get ideas, watching other people, other influencers that have great ideas on how to stay youthful over 40. And yeah, you can buy all the fancy skincare creams in the world that cost hundreds of dollars, like Lumiere and stuff like that. But if you're not taking care of yourself physically and mentally, and you're letting the stress of life get to you, you're going to look old faster. It's just that thing. And you have to keep your childlike energy too. So I've always kind of been naturally like a kid all the time. So I think that's helped me be kind of more youthful than some people my age, just kind of always kind of being like a kid anyway. You know, I got a little bit more serious when I had kids, but I'm just saying, keeping that youthful vibrance about life and always feeling like there's something exciting just around the corner, you know, even on your depressed days, like being able to pull yourself out of a depression quicker. by means of maybe a favorite movie from your childhood, or your favorite piece of music, or new music that you've just gotten into and you're like really feeling it. All these things will help you stay young. I know it sounds kind of corny and like, yeah, right, just that, you know, but it is. It's a combination. It's a combination of, like I said, all the things I said: sleep, self-care, self-development, all that stuff kind of makes you stay youthful. Listening to music that's positive. And, you know, you can't just consume yourself with music, or movies, because then you get distracted and you might need to focus on things that are more important. But I'm just saying, you should integrate those things into your life to uplift your soul. You know, your soul is also connected to your aging process, like just your internal, like everything you are before the society said you had to make money to be important, you had to do this, you had to do this, all the stuff that you had to do before. You were like, when you were a kid and you were just free. You need to have that feeling like all the time of like when you were a little girl, you felt this sense of freedom all the time. Like there was nothing holding you down, or nothing like where you felt like you had to be some kind of person to be accepted or something, or you had to have this much money to be loved or accepted, or you had to act a certain way to be accepted. All those things you need to let go and just have a day where you're literally just being silly, or dancing around like a little kid, or thinking about things you did when you were a kid, you know, whatever. Just that also helps you stay young. So, and just being around your kids sometimes, I mean, sometimes they make you look old, but sometimes just their youthfulness rubs off on you, and then you start acting stupid, and like, not stupid, but you got to start acting silly and goofy, and you start remembering what it was like to be a kid and not have all the pressures of being an adult. So these are things that work in your mind too. And when you're getting these feelings, this is what makes you feel youthful. And then the youthfulness translates into your appearance somehow, which is just, it's trippy how that is, but it's true. It's like all of a sudden you're glowing more. And of course, I want to say sex too, you know, having sex and feeling loved and feeling sexy also keeps you youthful looking. And then eating a plant-based diet. I've been vegan for, I don't know, like over a decade now. And I'm telling you, that's like, it's kind of like the fountain of youth. I'll just be real with you. I mean, you can pretty much even be a junk food vegan and still hold on to retain your youth over just eating, you know, animal products and stuff like that. But I've kind of veered off of like me being on my pedestal about being vegan and over talking about it, because there are a lot of vegans that get on people's nerves and people get tired of, you know, you need to eat more plants and all this stuff. I don't want to be one of those vegans. I just want to be a vegan that, you know, if people have questions about how to be vegan, how to be plant-based, how to drink more smoothies and more green juices, how to juice, all that good stuff, then yes, I'm more than willing to help them, give them the knowledge that I have and the things I've done. But I don't want to be a preachy vegan. I don't, you know, it's not for me. It's not my style. So I just kind of keep it at bay. If I feel like doing a video on being vegan or just sharing what I eat in a day, then I will definitely be doing that going forward in 2021 here on my channel. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to cover. I like talking about these kind of topics. I love talking about, you know, maintenance in terms of like what you should and shouldn't have done. Would I recommend Botox? Yes, I would definitely recommend a little bit of Botox if it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel youthful. But I don't know, because like it's up to the individual, you know, and I just feel like if you don't need it, why get it? If you feel like you do need it, get it, because it'll make you feel better. If whatever makes you feel better, that's going to translate into you looking more youthful and feeling more vibrant and being more confident overall. And that's what really matters in the long run, especially as we age. We don't want to feel like we have to go hide into the shadows. We can't be, I watched another vlog today about a woman who's 40 plus about fashion. We don't need to feel like we need to hide in the shadows, fall back, not be hip, not be cool, not wear cool, youthful clothing, as long as it's like tasteful within our age range, but we can still be hip and young, and we don't have to dress like grannies. You know, we can, you know, that was back in the days when, you know, a lot of women were grandmothers in their 40s, you know, but that's less and less, and 40 is kind of like the new 30, let's be real. But, you know, you gotta just, dressing youthful is okay. You know, it's not like you have to change. And if you're not the person who dressed youthful, if you've always dressed kind of more conservative and not so youthful and hip, then that's okay too, you know? It's whatever makes you feel good. At a certain point, it shouldn't matter when you reach a certain age what people think, really, as much as it did when you were younger. You should be past the worry of that and on to like just self-love, self-improvement, and just enjoying life. And, you know, because, you know, you realize that life doesn't go on forever. And, you know, you start to realize that taking care of yourself is a blessing because you're here to do that. And, you know, sleeping and getting enough water and juicing and eating salads and fresh fruits and vegetables is a blessing that we can do that. It's a blessing that we can feel good about ourselves still at a certain age. And we should embrace it and never ever treat our bodies like a garbage can. Never ever. Our bodies are our temple. I truly believe that. It's our house. We house our everything in here that's important. We wouldn't be here if we didn't have a body to embody this life. And I just think that we need to treat it like a diamond, like it's the best thing that we have, because it really is one of the best things that we have is our being, right? So with that being said, thank you for tuning in and watching, and I appreciate anybody subscribing to my channel, liking, sharing. I'm trying to build my channel. I really am gung-ho to build it up this year. And I really want to dedicate myself to posting more regularly. I have posted sporadically over the years, and nothing's been really that consistent. Again, I was raising children. I went through a divorce. A lot of huge life changes happened for me, and will continue to happen for me. There's no guarantee. Life is always evolving and changing. That's part of life. But I want to be more consistent because I feel like I'm passionate about doing this. So sharing my thoughts and all that good stuff, and hopefully helping people. So with that being said, peace and love, and thank you for checking out April vlogs, April fitness, etc. And I hope to see you on my next vlog post. Take care. Happy New Year.